Okay, hello everybody. So this will be part 2 of the Whimsical root stump house. And again, another shout out to Dan Denny from the World of Carvers Carving Fusion group on Facebook. So now I got it all cleaned up, mostly cleaned up. This is going to be a talk through video. I'm going to draw the door on, some windows on, and draw where I'll have the shingles on. Let's see here. Got a brand new fresh pencil with a brand new fresh eraser. Gotta love that. So let's get I kind of like my shingles to look wavy. Okay, so I'll get the stuff drawn on. This is the fun time. This is the fun part. Okay guys, so I got the door on here. I got the windows drawn on, a window here. So everything's gonna be round, okay? Because I want it to be like what are those, like ship windows, those round ones? I forget the name of them. I just knew the name, but now I forget it. So there's a window here, a round door. I'll think of the window names, and the shingles, the rows, each drawn on. So what I'm gonna do to cut out these Chinese burrs are working pretty good for me. They dull up pretty quick though. There you see they're 3-point cutters because they're not very good steel. But I'm going to go along and cut along all the outside of the lines. This will act as a start-stop for me, right? Cuts for any of you that do whittling. And I'll do all the lines outside of the lines, and then it will be a talk-through video. Okay, guys? Hope you're all doing good. Bye, Mario. Ta-ta. Okay, guys, so here comes the great big voiceover. So yeah, these Chinese burrs work pretty good to do your stop-starts, like straight cuts. This is sped up 4 times the speed, guys. Didn't want to bore you, so. There you see me shaping out the doors. Just kind of follow my lines, kind of, sort of. See there, I'm trying to do that with that burr. That burr was the wrong burr for feathering away, so I switched over to the Kutzall Extreme Flame burr. Okay? So you guys don't be afraid and take the time to switch burrs. It's very important to use the proper burr for the job, right? So now I got everything cut out. Now like this is what I'm talking about, feathering away. Removing all the bulk wood away from the door and the windows so it rises up, right? So the doors and windows stick out farther. That's what I mean feathering away. Taking away all the bulk wood so you don't see any cut marks or any weird bumps in there. And it looks like the wood and the door and windows are actually naturally sticking out. They weren't cut in, right? So it's a lot of work to remove the bulk wood, but trust me, if you do it, your pieces will, you'll be progressing on your pieces, and you'll notice that everything's getting better slowly, right? Because you don't see any weird cut marks and it looks more natural. So here I am feathering away inside of the door, right? Removing the bulk wood to get the door frame to stick out farther. And the more you guys carve, the more you get into it, if you really dig it and you want to keep doing it, the more you'll learn what burrs work good for what, right? But that Kutzall Extreme Firm burr right there, that's my 100% go-to burr. And once again, guys, if you want to get the Kutzall burrs, go to the description below. Use the code CFusion. No, go in the descriptions. Go to the Kutzall site. Use the code CFusion. You'll save yourself 5%. So yeah, I think this is 4 times sped up, so look how long it takes me to remove all that extra wood, right, to make it look flush and nice. Drink coffee time. Now here I am cutting in the shingles. Just straight up cuts, straight up and down cuts with that Chinese burr again. Terrible steel those burrs are made of, but they're still cutting. I'm going to order some more. They make good stop-start cuts. If you don't have a tool just like that, Just Carve Rob. And guys, Just Carve Rob cut his hand pretty bad today with a grinder and a zip cut disc, so hope everybody can wish Just Carve Rob well. It's a pretty deep cut right to the bone in his hand there, so he's cutting metal. So I hope your hand's going to be okay, Just Carve Rob. And I like the tape band-aid that you got. That's a Carving Fusion band-aid right there, bud. Okay, now I'm cutting each shingle in. You guys stagger your shingles just like bricks. I know I repeat myself on some of these videos, but whatever. It is what it is. You don't like it? Well, don't watch. Okay guys, so this is what we got so far. I don't know if I should put a window around back here. It's the back of the piece. It just creates more extra work, but I think I probably will. What the hell? So you can see the shingles, how they're each one, and the butt course is higher than the goes under there. So they look overlapped, just like fish scales, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to fill it, but I'm going to cut deep in this channel. And this will be the stairs to get up to the path. Okay guys, so you can see I got the stairs cut in here. I use this, this was one of the first burrs that I used for carving. You get this at like Home Depot. It's a Rotozip wall tile cutter bit. These are really aggressive and they dig deep holes really quick in soft wood, so be careful when you use these. But it's a 1/8. You get it by the Dremel section at like your big box store like Home Depot or whatever. So you can see there the stairs kind of right up the side. That's okay. I'll take that stuff out when I do the wood burning. Okay, so this part kind of gets confusing, especially for the very beginning carver, because they never know what kind of finish to put on their piece, okay? So this one here, I finished with mineral oil. I used the mineral oil because I knew this is cottonwood bark and it's got a real nice color to it. Okay, so that's another one that I did. I think I made a video doing this one too, but this wood color is not really, I don't know, I just think it's kind of ugly. So I'm not going to, because when you use the mineral oil, it brings or just like an oil, like boiled linseed oil, it brings the natural color of the wood out. Linseed oil is a little bit yellowish, but I don't want the natural color of this wood to come out. Okay. So what I'm going to do, what I have to do, I'm going to be using the poly shade on this piece, guys. Okay? Because all this down here is just all ugly white color and stuff like that. And I don't want to have to clean it up too well. Okay? So this kind of gets confusing for me to say too. So because I wanted, you can see here I did like cedar siding. Just a mystical kind of thing with nail holes in it. I just wood burnt that in, right? And I didn't sand it after the way I usually did my wood spirits to bring out the high points. But this one, I want to put cedar siding like going this way on the thing. But I got to carve the lines in first, deeper, because I'm going to put this stuff on. I'm not too sure what color, the poly shade. And after I put the poly shade on, I'm going to sand it again. So if I just burn it on, just with my burning pen right here, I got the razor tip. If I just burn it on and then I sand it, I'm going to sand away my cedar beams. I'm going to sand away like these marks because they're not that deep. So I have to carve it in first so it's deeper. So when I sand it, it doesn't carve away. It doesn't sand away. Okay. So first of all though, I'm going to use my little flap sander and I'm going to sand this piece too. First, sorry guys, like I said, this gets confusing for me too. I'm going to sand this first, then I'm going to draw my lines on, and then I'm going to carve in the beams, the cedar planks with this Chinese burr again. Look how hot the tip gets, guys. So it's not really very good steel, but it still works. I'm going to have to, and I'll carve in my beams. So that way, when I sand it, I know I'm repeating myself, I'm not going to lose my cut marks. I'm going to carve it, and I'm going to burn them in. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does, because I just don't know. I just don't know. Okay guys, so you can see here I got it sanded as much as I want to sand it. I can see there's spots there now. There's lots more, but it's going to get sanded again too, right? After I put the poly shade on. So let's do something we haven't. I'm starting to actually not mind the color of this wood, like the different colors in it, the dark and the light. We got a couple wormholes back here. But let's do something I haven't done in a long time. Let's do a spit test. Because that will kind of show you the true color that can pop out. So that will be the true color. It will go a bit darker with oil. So I'm thinking about actually, well, I don't know. But I do know I got to draw these board lines on. So they're going to go down this way. So I'll get these board lines on and then I'll do the carving in between the board lines with this little Chinese cheap burr. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you before I started carving. I got my board lines on, so board there, there'll be nail holes here. See where the board ends? You guys can do bricks too, or you can do whatever you want. I've done lighthouse with bricks and stuff like that. I'll do more of these like with bricks, but I want this to be like old boards, kind of like an old, this is built, house is built like out of an old shipwreck kind of thing, right? Since it's on the log. So you can see here, they kind of, my lines, I just kind of keep them fluent with each other. It's not a big deal. Okay, so now I'm going to do this little Chinese burr. Another thing too, guys, when I first started carving, I wouldn't have carved a piece of wood with a crack in it. But now, you guys, when you're doing carvings like this, the cracks add character. They do. So I enjoy it, and being able to work with cracks and stuff like this. It just gives it more character and lets people know that it's actually, yeah, a real piece of wood that you carved. Okay, so now you guys can see that all the carving's done on the cedar boards, or whatever type of boards. You can see I probably said, but I went off my lines. That's okay, I just kept going with the flow. So now I got to pull out my wood burner. This is the razor tip. The razor tip SK. I will be wood burning all inside here. In the shingles. I'll do it a little bit, film it, and then I'll take it outside because today's just nice. I'll take it outside, wood burn it, and I don't have to worry about all the smoke. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Yeah. If you want to get into wood carving, guys, I really suggest that you get yourself a wood burning pen. You can get the cheap ones from China too, or whatever. So you can see here the wood burning and not wood burnt. So it really pays off to do it properly, right? So I'm going to go outside now and finish this up. As you can see, I'm all set up outside my carport to burn this. Nice fresh air. I got my wood slab pizza as my pillow rest right there. Yep, just keep it nice and comfy, and let's get the sucker wood burned. Nice armrest. Wood slab armrest. Okay guys, so I got all the burning done, and I had to re-sound off my old pen lines. There's still some on there, but I'm going to leave them like up there. You can see it. I'm just going to leave it. Gives character. So now what I got to do, like I said, I'm going to be using the epoxy shade on this piece. I decided that I want to make this, I'm going to use powder-based wood dye for this wood part here. And then I'll be using the mahogany over top of it. So Bombay mahogany, Minwax poly shade. This stuff's gloss. So I'll be using the water-based wood dye. I'll be doing it blue. I'll dry it off. And then I'll do it with this part. And it gives it like a patinaed brass kind of color. You'll see. So this is going to be a separate color than this and this roof. Okay guys, so this is the water-based wood dye. It comes from Lee Valley here in Canada. This color is blue, like bright blue or something. So I don't want to make the whole piece Bombay mahogany, or the whole piece will just all blend in together, right? So that's why I'm making this a few different colors to, you know, give it more character, I guess, kind of, sort of. So what I'll do is I'll add this wood dye on, and then I'm gonna heat it up with my heat gun. If I didn't already say that, I'm not too sure these days. And then I'll add the Bombay mahogany. Okay, so how about I get this part done, and I'll show you when I add the mahogany and wax. Okay guys, so you can see the wood dye is dry now. It did leak over to a few spots. I'm going to sand that off quickly. I painted inside the door, the windows black. I painted inside these stairs black just with cheap dollar store paint, guys. And that looks kind of neat the way that does that. And here too. I could even just leave it blue like this and paint this other stuff other colors, but it's just a little bit too bright for me and not really my style. So keep progressing, and now I'm going to put the I don't know, I might even just do this bottom part black and then do this part mahogany, so it's more different colors, right? I'm just going to do this first part, top part here first, and then I'll see. Okay guys, so I did decide I want to do the bottom black first. Poly shade, same stuff. This is just the black color. I'll be back. Okay, so let's get this black. Oops, got to mix it up, the stuff up good, because the color will sit on the bottom, right? Get it in the path. I'll try and get it everywhere. Down the stairs. Okay guys, so I'll get this done, and then I'll show you me doing the Bombay mahogany on the blue part of the house. Okay guys, so the black's done, and with this poly shade, the more that you wipe, the more that you wipe it, once it's put on, the more the true color will come back, right? So now it's time to put the Bombay mahogany color on, and I'm just going to soak it in. Just put it on everywhere, and then I'll wipe that after too. Okay, so I'll be back. You guys can see here, now you can see the blue and the copper, different colors for the roof too. This is all the same color, but I did the blue underneath, right? So now what I'm going to do to give it some more effects, I got my flap sander with the special Peter Blair mandrel on there, and some real fine sandpaper, and just going to slightly hit the windows just to give it some more effects. Just to give it some more highlights. I'll be back. Okay guys, it's almost done. So you can see here, so it looks like patinaed copper, right? And that crack, there's little cracks, couple cracks, doesn't matter. It adds character, guys. You know? So let's take a look at this. There's the stairs. See how hitting it with the flap sander really adds the high points? Especially on the roof. Sign it. Yeah, I'm super happy with this piece, guys. You might not like it, but I do. This took me about, I'd say about 8 to 10 hours. It was a lot of work to do this. Not just like blasting off the wood spares, but this is me, the way I challenge myself. You guys challenge yourself in the art that you like. Don't think you have to carve something that you don't like. You know, challenge yourself by finding things that you like to carve yourself. See, I put the waves in there. It just gives it that extra effect. You know what I mean? Just find what you guys like to do. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. It can be whatever you like to do. Whales, birds, whatever you want. I like the whimsical stuff. So you can carve little pathways in there. You know, so one last step that I got to do is I'm going to let this dry a little bit more. And then I got to put some epoxy, just a real light yellow tint in these windows to make it look like it's at nighttime, because the darker piece, it's at nighttime, and the windows are kind of yellow. There's lights in the back and maybe a little piece in the door here too. Okay. So you guys, I love reading the comments too. What do you think about this piece so far, guys? So I'll get this epoxy done. I'll let it sit a few more hours. This stuff's, well, I could probably do that right now. I just don't want it to counteract with the poly shade. But let's see if I can do it now. This is just 5-minute epoxy and just a touch of the dollar store. Well, this is better than dollar store stuff, but it's the stuff I've had around. Just a touch of the yellow. Okay, so I'll get all this mixed up, and then like I'll mix this up, and just a little tiny, not much, just that much yellow. I'll mix it in there. Okay guys, so now it's finished. I made this window a little bit brighter, so because it's off to the side, so people can see it better. So what do you think, without the yellow or with the yellow? I like it better. It makes it look more mystic or whimsic, whatever you say. See, I didn't pour it in there too good. You can still see some black through there. Who cares? That's what I'm trying to say. Who cares? Who cares about cracks like this? I love this back part, how it's hollow in there. So anyways, guys, that's it. Hope you're all doing great. I'm going to take a day off carving tomorrow, and then I believe on Wednesday I'm going to be trying to go back and wrap up try and finish that big throne chair. You guys, I love reading the comments. I do my best to get back to them all, at least show that I've seen your guys' comments. So hope you're all good. And Ben, you're at Studio of the Lake there. You're a big reason that I'm making things like this too, because you're showing all your videos gets me to challenge myself and do better, right? So the way with things I want to do, not with things people want to see me do, but with things I want to do. Thanks guys, we'll talk to you soon, and I'm gonna go rest. Now I gotta edit this video.